Hello. Well, last night, after we finally got a decent Wi-Fi system working, it took me 8 hours to upload my last video. I hope this one's going to go a lot faster. We settled down to watch a film, Unlocked, starring Noomi Rapace. If you don't want to have the whole thing ruined by me giving away the plot, you'd better not watch the rest of this video. Mind you, anyone with half a brain could work out what was going to happen without the benefit of my critique. So, Unlocked is a spy drama with an all-star cast. The star among stars is Noomi Rapace. And bringing up the rear are Michael Douglas, John Malkovich, Toni Collette and Orlando Bloom. What could possibly go wrong? Well, a lot actually. Noomi Rapace did brilliantly. She did what she does best, a character probably a little on the Asperger's end of a normal personality, driven, humourless, focused, and well fit. Then all the other actors did what they do best. The slightly over-suave Douglas, suspiciously full of bonhomie, the icily conniving Malkovich, Collette channeling Annie Lennox so well, I actually thought it was Lennox for a few seconds, and doing a very businesslike head of MI5. But Orlando Bloom, oh dear, maybe it's because Bloom comes from a rather upper-class British family, but he looked so uncomfortable in his characterisation of a cheeky Cockney chappie that I could almost hear him wondering aloud about what a working-class ex-soldier would do with his hands when he was standing around not punching anyone. Most of the time, it looked like he was desperately, but unsuccessfully, searching for the boiler suit pockets into which his working-class character could tuck his manual extremities. It was a blessed relief when he ends up getting shot or eaten by dogs. Actually, the film doesn't make that clear. I told you I was going to spoil it. But I have to warn you that the film has more loose ends than a Persian rug. But wait, as they say, there's more, and it's the plot. I don't know what the writer was on when he created this work of fiction, but he managed to insert more twists, sudden skids to a stop, and quick turns than John Curry managed in the 1976 figure skating Olympics. I mean, there is a limit. There are so many twists, the plot was in serious danger of meeting itself coming back. And it was as stuffed with déjà vus as it was possible to be in the allotted time. I can just imagine the scriptwriter sitting there for hours thinking, now, how do I get a real surprise into this plot? How do I do something that's never been done before? I know. How about making the people who are supposed to be the bad guys into a bunch of poor saps, and then make the people who are supposed to be the good guys into the evil bastards? That's something that's never been done before. No one's going to see that coming. Is there no beginning to the originality of this script? You know what? It was so obvious that Alice Racine's mentor, Michael Douglas, her CIA boss, it was so obvious he was a bad un that when she was on the run and wounded and sought refuge in his apartment and he went into the next room for a bandage to patch her up, the biggest surprise I had in the whole film was when he actually came back with a bandage. Noomi Rapace, by the way, plays a woman called Alice Racine. Alice. In a looking-glass world where everything is the wrong way round. Get it? back to the plot. It boils down to this. There's a totally unnecessarily complicated conspiracy to release an Ebola-like virus into the air conditioning system of the gigantic Wembley Stadium in London. This is to be done during an NFL football match, which will be watched not only by thousands of Brits, but also a huge contingent of Americans who've come over just for the occasion. So the film isn't really like Black Sunday, a 1977 flick based on the Thomas Harris novel, which involved a Palestinian group commandeering the Goodyear blimp filled with plastique and pointy steel shards to detonate over the Miami Orange Bowl during a Super Bowl game. No, it's nothing like that at all. Rapace confronts Douglas, who's the bad guy, of course, throws him down the stairwell, gets possession of his phone and clicks the stop button with 3 seconds to spare. Let's see, has any of that been done before? No, don't think so. Okay, there'd been many films and it's inevitable there'll be some repetition, but what really choked me was that once again Hollywood skirted round the bad guys. Almost every one of the Muslims is a good guy at heart, while almost every one of the CIA or MI5 operatives is a stinker. With the exception of the women, of course, who are sterling characters worth their weight in the bullets they spray about with such professional enthusiasm. So that's all the boxes ticked then. The brown Muslims aren't the bad guys. After all, it's the conniving white Western men, with the notable exception of one black actor, who of course plays a really good guy. And John Malkovich, of course. But all the rest, stinkers. The assassin is a cold-eyed blonde whom no real-life Secret Service would ever employ because he looks just like a stretched-out Andy Warhol. And Hollywood once more has demonstrated that it has the imagination of a bus conductor, the political understanding of Moe from the Three Stooges, and the morals of Vidkun Quisling.